Well, hey there. My name's Julie. My friends call me Jules. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to talk about suburban homesteading and things that we've learned over the past year and a half. We've gotten into chickens and canning and raised bed gardening and just trying to do things to save money and not have to rely on, the grocery stores for as much. So welcome. If you like what you see here, today I'm just going to cover a brief introduction of who I am and how I got here. Do like and subscribe if you enjoy it. So 18 months ago, give or take, I was working in healthcare. I was a transport supervisor, and Corona came 2 years ago in March. Yeah, it was really starting to get big. Two years ago today. I remember because it's my husband's birthday today, and we had made plans to go out to dinner, and everybody was talking about social distancing and staying home and all of that. So work got really hectic during the initial few months of the virus. And it came to my attention that I was old enough to take an early retirement, as I had 19 years in, and I hit the minimum age requirement, which I'm not going to share here because it'll tell you how old I really am. So my job had kind of transformed from flying a desk to pushing patients around in very large, very heavy beds. And at my age, that kind of physical demand was not good for my body. I mean, my feet hurt constantly. I had pains in my ankles. And so I realized in short order that retirement would probably be the best option for me. So I put in my notice in early September, and my last day of work, I believe, was the 12th of September back in 2020. And I've been on vacation ever since. And I cannot imagine having to get up and do the rat race. So it's been a blessing for me, for sure. We started out basically with a container garden, a big kind of a table that is yay deep, and it was our herb bed. And I started a really great garden of herbs. And then we did corn, and that didn't turn out so well, but we did grow squash and cucumbers and the like. And then last year we really got serious. We went ahead and did 2 raised beds, and we grew, oh my gosh, we had cherry tomatoes coming out of our, our ears. We did bell peppers, we did habanero peppers, which they grew like gangbusters. And so I've got some of those in the freezer. I've made hot sauce out of them, and cucumbers and pickled tomatoes and just all kinds of fun stuff. Then last summer, we thought we had missed chick season, but we went into Tractor Supply to get one thing and came home with half a dozen chicks. And so we learned a lot about raising chicks. Oh, and we got a chicken coop too, because you got to have some place for them to sleep. Am I right? So we ended up, we didn't know. I mean, it's total noobs. Chicks have to stay in the house at a constant temperature until they're fully feathered before they can actually live outside. So we learned that. So we put them initially into a Rubbermaid tub, and then they quickly outgrew that. So we had to go and buy a steel tub, like a trough, and put the wood shavings in, a heat lamp on, and their food and water. And so they were about to outgrow that, but they were at the point where, we had the coop built, and we spent probably 4 of the hottest days of the summer last August putting up a chicken run that was, safe and covered, and nothing could get in from the top, nothing can get in from the sides. And then we moved them out there in, I want to say, August-ish. And they started laying right before Christmas. So we'd get an egg a day. I'm so excited to get an egg a day. Now we're up to half a dozen eggs a day, and we're giving them to friends and family. But we will always have protein as long as we have those chickens. And no, we won't eat them because we don't eat our friends. And, the friends that give us food are not the ones you want to eat. So we've learned a considerable amount of stuff just in 18 months. Raised bed gardening is a good thing. I want to cover that in a future video. I discovered electric canners. because I'd always been really afraid to pressure can on the stove top. And I did some research into that, and I have a glass top stove, and the burners aren't, terribly accommodating for something as large as a pressure canner on the stove. So I looked into an electric canner, and I got one, and it took all the fear out of canning, and it made it so easy. I'll go into that in a future video to show you the how easy they are to use. So yeah, welcome. We're hoping to cover topics like predator proofing your chicken run, the product reviews, some crochet for beginners. I'd like to do a short series on that, just your basics, chain, single crochet, double crochet, and put some of that stuff together so you can make things yourself and make them as gifts if you want to, or just, do your own blankets, scarves, hats, etc. Soy candles, that's another thing I can show you how to do. And it's so quick and simple. And now that I have cats in my house, I have all these candles that I made, and I have to give them to friends and whatnot because I can't have open flames in the house because, well, cats. So I can show you how to do that. Composting is another thing we've been learning as we go. Since we're gardening year round now, we had a winter garden and we're fixing to plant our spring garden, and I'll take you along with me on that at some point. And then maybe we could talk how to sprout potatoes and get those in the ground or in buckets. I learned that this year, and that's how we're going to be planting our potatoes this spring, is in 5-gallon buckets. So there's a lot that I've learned that I can't wait to share with you guys. I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys. Looking forward to showing you what we've learned, and maybe you can put it to good use on your homestead, whether you have an apartment or a home in a suburban neighborhood, or even if you're out on a farm and are blessed to have that much land and can do things like get livestock, something bigger than chickens. I think that's the only thing we're zoned for in my neighborhood is chickens. So pigs are out of the question. Can't have a goat. What I would really like to get is a dairy cow, but not on an acre of land. So I don't think the neighbors would appreciate a cow very much. So that's it for our first episode. I hope that you guys will come back and see me. I'm going to try and post something once a week, if not more often. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please let me know in the comments. So it is nice to meet you, and I hope I see you again soon. Y'all have a great day.